Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Bluesky, trust the science. Apparently a bunch of scientists are moving to Bluesky now because they don't want to be on Stinky X and Facebook because that's where all the Trump supporters are that are science deniers.
Right, but which science are you supposed to believe?
Right. So we're going to talk about this. It's interesting to see this because, remember, guys, just a couple of years ago, drug makers were pressuring Twitter to censor, people who had concerns with the vaccines and, any disinformation agents that are people that they deem to be disinformation agents. So we're gonna talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Check us out on Substack, guys. Again, we are trying to get notifications out to you because YouTube is failing in that regard. So if you go to clownfishtv.substack.com, sign up for notifications. Every time we post a video, you will get an email. And you can watch the video there. Thankfully, it'll go to YouTube, but it'll let you know that we are posting. So there we go. We didn't disappear. Some of you are like, hey, I haven't got notifications for like a week or two, and that is a YouTube thing. There's something
not just that. I mean, obviously, we post like 3 or 4 videos a day, except for that time we were sick for a couple of days. So, I mean, just keep checking. You're going to find videos anyway. Yeah,
some people miss videos because we might do 3 within a couple hour, span or whatever. Scientists are moving to Bluesky. This is coming from the Daily.
It's the
Daily. Scientists are moving to Bluesky, transitioning away from X and Meta platforms.
Transitioning is a good word for Bluesky.
Yeah. So this is Professor Carl Bergstrom.
Who?
I don't know. He left on January 10th. He puts pictures of birds on X, but he has to leave. He said, I've loved sharing my photographs and my delight in birds with all of you. This makes me really sad, but I can't be a part of this anymore. I'm done here. Meanwhile,
he was on Instagram. It's not that bad on Instagram.
Well, because Facebook, because Mark Zuckerberg, because Zuckerberg was at the inauguration.
Okay, this is stupid.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with birds. Who cares?
Yeah. After joining Instagram in 2018, X, formerly known as Twitter, in 2015, Bergstrom amassed over 136,000 followers. Scientists noticed that X stopped being... Scientists, he posts bird pictures. Scientists noticed that X stopped being an effective tool for communication after the platform was purchased by Elon Musk. Harassment policies were rolled back. Disinformation became more prevalent.
Oh, bullshit. The COVID disinformation and the quest to censor people was ridiculous on X. There were even news outlets that questioned the fact that women were having female issues and statistically, significant amount of women, and they got temporarily removed off of X for saying so. Don't give me this shit that it's all completely good information over there, but Twitter is full of it.
We on Twitter in the height of the pandemic, we had some concerns. We weren't even like hard in the paint on the vaccines, but you personally had some issues, and we know a lot of other people that had issues, and we were kind of like, hey, hey, there are some issues. And we kind of got shadow banned because I noticed that like we dropped off a cliff and then we were
not
getting
just that. I got dogpiled. People telling me it's because I'm menopausal, which I'm not, and all this other crap. And they were like, they were attacking me because how dare you? How dare you say anything? So the harassment policies were rolled back. I saw more harassment on Twitter, X, before they rolled some of this back than now, because a lot of people left because they weren't allowed to harass others anymore. So the ones that were screaming about harassment were usually the ones harassing people. Yeah. Algorithms were manipulated. They were manipulated before. They've already proven that. They've already proven shadow banning before. Science can't shine. Which science are we referring to? I would love to know, because somehow it's believe the science about global warming, believe the science about vaccines, which turn out to be not true. Believe the science about what? That biologically speaking, the science says there's only 2 genders, but then you're saying that I'm supposed to believe the science, but don't believe the science because that makes you a bigot. Which one is it? Please explain.
Algorithms were manipulated, making it more difficult for science to shine through in the trending online fights and discourse. No, basically, people were allowed to push back. You were not allowed to push back
before. You were. And then when you have to, then it's not a problem. If they push back, defend your stance. If you're a scientist and you're basing it on actual provable fact, that should not be a problem at all.
Bergstrom left X in 2022, abandoned his Instagram account when Meta ended their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, and changed their policies to allow allegations of mental illness or abnormality when based on gender or sexual orientation.
Whoa. Believe the science, right?
Believe the science.
But this person's going about being scientist, but then you're not supposed to believe there's only two genders. But that's what biology teaches and biology shows. I mean, some species switch between the two, but they're still at least one or the other.
Stick to birds, Bergstrom.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this. So basically, science most affected because a bunch of these scientists are ass mad because of DEI being gone, and they're super far left. So when you're saying this, you're talking about one or two people, and you're trying to say science in general is being pushed away. And they're saying the algorithm changed, and they couldn't promote there. But the algorithm changed for a lot of people, and they can't promote there like they used to. It's set up differently. It's going for a different goal than it used to have. It's pay to win at this point.
Right. I mean, that's basically what they don't like that. It was clear this was not a company that had values aligning with mine, so I was done providing them content.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on a social media platform that you don't agree with. That is completely fair. I'll give you that because that's fair. But the thing is, I would not say scientists in general are moving because this one dipshit did.
No, there's two dipshits.
We're getting
to the other dipshit. Okay, this is where we got
so one that takes pictures of birds.
We got a fact check here. Bergstrom only uses Bluesky now, a social media platform created by Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey, who left because he said it was turning into Twitter 2.0. He left. He said, and we did a video on this. He said just a couple of weeks ago, he said the only reason people are using Bluesky is because it's not X, and they have a problem with Elon Musk and X.
No, they're using Bluesky because it's their flavor of Twitter.
That's exactly it. That's the only reason they're using it. And he said that's not a good enough reason for it to exist, basically. And most of the people who are on there now, and look, I do agree, and we've said this before. I think Bluesky has the great ability to be able to curate kind of what you want your feed to look like.
I'm probably liking his bird posts over there because I love the bird posts.
But since it's been completely overtaken with political refugees, the whole algorithm has changed. So you used to just log in, and it wasn't all politics on the front page. It was
you were on there for way before the election and stuff. You were on there for months.
I was on there for a year. I got an invite when they first started it. I got a code and I went in and I'm like, oh, it just looks like Twitter from 2012. And it was just comics and whatever you're into, they would show it to you. And then as soon as all the political people started coming in, the homepage, until you log in, it's just all politics. Now, the thing with Twitter, with X, is they will throw you into oncoming traffic because they want that engagement.
Right. And you can curate your Bluesky. So I got it when I first started on there. It was all, and the only politics allowed on there are the far left variety. If you were on the right of it, they harass you or block you or kick you off. You have to be far left. But you can curate it that if you just want to see pictures of comics or art or animals or birds, like I would like animals and birds, it can show you that mostly in your feed after you train it for a little while. So you can avoid most of that political stuff. But back to this. 30 million users on the platform, which is nothing compared to Instagram, compared to Facebook, compared to X. Yeah, that's like barely anybody.
So this is Schiffman, David Schiffman, and he's not actually saying it's about politics. He basically said he likes the Bluesky's loose algorithm. He said Bluesky's met his needs. It's been a community of people that care about things I care about, like facts and evidence of data and reality.
Reality. What's reality? What's reality science, boy? Marine science. The data that says that the global warming's happening and that there are two genders. Or I'm sorry. There's multiple genders because that's the science that you believe the science, guys. As long as it's the science they want, the narrative they want to push.
I do agree with him on this, though. He said the golden age of Twitter, well, he says science Twitter. I would say all of Twitter. The golden age was 2010 to 2015. I agree with that. Well, I would actually go back a little bit earlier, but we were on Twitter pretty much since the very beginning, since like 2008, 2009. And so it was new. It was like a year or so old when we got onto it. And we were on there mostly for comics and internet stuff. And those first couple of years were great. Like, it was,
and I will say, I will give Bluesky that. If you curate your feed, you can get it back to what it was like in 2010, 2015. But you're still going to get political stuff popping through. Just, block or ignore. You can do that. I will give them that. That's true.
Now, this is interesting. They do agree that it's gotten more political. They said,
yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, they said Bergstrom and Schiffman noted that the tone on Bluesky has shifted from general shop talk, which it was like, again, when it first started, it felt like old Twitter, and it was like, yeah, this isn't too bad. I didn't really use it that much, but I'm like, if things get, because I wasn't real happy with Twitter when Musk first bought it anyway. I'm like, it's not changing fast enough for my liking. But I was like, well, I'll keep the Bluesky just in case I want to, do something. But he said, yeah, they said it's gone from shop talk such as assistance on matrix models toward concerns about the Trump administration.
So they're still trying to blame it on Trump. It's the people that are on there are all left X because they want to go someplace that's an echo chamber for themselves. And they're still trying to blame it on Trump.
Because he's targeting the funding.
Well, listen, you can't do good public health work and you can't do good science under a roof that's owned by someone who's trying to undermine it. Which parts? Because if you're legitimately doing science stuff and thought like some of the stuff they were getting funded for was they were deliberately like giving rats or I forget what it was, some animal cocaine and stuff like that to see what happened to it. Some of their science experiments were just absolutely ridiculously stupid.
That's our new comic, Cocaine Rat.
I know.
We have like, Cocaine Bear.
They were giving date rape drugs to like an animal to see, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something really stupid. And they were spending millions of dollars on this stuff to study like really stupid things that are scientifically not important. And they're mad about it because they're cutting their funding. So basically, it was government with an open piggy bank to give us grant money for all this stupidity. And now they're being more selective, and they're terrible people now because they aren't just giving me money to like drug up a bunch of animals or beagles or do something shitty to them like Fauci did. Yeah. I'm not getting the money now. Yeah. And I mean, that's what they're mad about. So fuck you if that's what you're mad about because some of those experiments did not need to happen.
Now it's getting bigger. Maybe this is where
it's not getting bigger though. It really isn't.
It's still microscopic compared to Twitter. Now it's getting bigger. Maybe all the same problems of Twitter will end up there as well. But I don't think so. At least that's not controlled by one person and the whim of whatever they decide on that date. The thing is, the worst problems with Twitter happened before Elon Musk bought it. Okay. And you don't have to like him, but like everything was just completely upended when he bought it. And, at least now people can fight back. You couldn't fight back before. If you got, labeled a science denier or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think the exact same things you got. Look, Jack Dorsey, who they mentioned, and they did not mention what he did after.
Skew the narrative.
Yeah. He quit the board. He walked away from Bluesky because he said, I see the exact same thing happening with Bluesky that happened with Twitter. And the reason I tried to create Bluesky, or he tried to create it, was he wanted a decentralized version of Twitter that wasn't subject to, one group of people controlling it, that you could have your own flavor of Bluesky. But now it's right back to where Twitter was.
Well, the thing is, not quite exactly, but here's the thing. I think, saying you want to leave those other platforms because you don't like what they stand for is fair. I think Bluesky is at this point, I don't think it's going to stay that way. You are able to curate your feed, but you're still going to get a lot of far left politics. You just have to ignore it. And I give them that. That's true. But saying that science is leaving X for Bluesky isn't true. It's two people.
Yeah.
And the whole idea that you can't, they're trying to say like, oh, you're censored. Now that you were censored before Elon Musk bought it.
Yeah.
You're censored on Bluesky now if you're on far left. So that's a load of shit. Just X is basically for the middle or for the people on the right, apparently, and Bluesky's for the middle and for the people on the far left.
Yes.
That's basically what it is. But science going to one or the other because it's not educated or there's deniers. I'm like, you can't. You're the same people who tell people to believe the science, but you double talk the science.
Yeah.
So yeah. Kindly kiss my butt. I have a degree. I'm not stupid.
So there we go, guys. Everybody going to Bluesky that doesn't. Basically, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like Donald Trump. I'm going to go to Bluesky. Where
That's the
my
whole
truth
thing.
is. Where my truth
But
is.
scientists, because scientists are scientists, and if they're the ones that know and they think it's bullshit, they're going to Blue Sky. This is how desperate the media is to make Blue Sky stick, because they want Blue Sky to stick so they can try to turn it into the next X, so they can control the election next time. Because that's what they did with X before when it was Twitter.
Yeah.
They're mad they couldn't do it last time, and they're trying to build their own to get everybody over there to do it again, and it's not working.
Yep. So there we go, guys. Blue Sky soon to have more scientists that you can trust, right?
One guy takes pictures of birds.
Bird guy and fish guy, and yeah. Anyway, are we gonna wrap this up?
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Again, check out Substack, clownfishtv.substack.com for notifications, because YouTube is failing at notifications. We want you guys to get videos. We'll talk later.
Bye.